everyone, Jeremy Duckworth, Racer Guy, and I've had a few requests, just people asking me the transition that we've had from Outlaw Karts, from the Flat Karts, and how it's been for us. There's just been a few things. Definitely, the number one thing, it's obvious that these are just faster. They're way faster than these Flat Karts. The horsepower to weight ratio to these is a lot higher. But that's just an obvious thing. But the biggest thing for me has been the engine. The motorcycle engine and getting these to work. I'm not a motorcycle mechanic, so just getting these, just simple things like getting the clutch adjusted right, the wiring harness. The Flat Karts don't have a wiring harness. So it's just a little bit of a learning curve there. That's probably been the biggest adjustment that I've had personally. I've got 3 engines. One's fuel injected. This one's not here. It's carbureted. And also the amount of money you can put in an engine. There's no rules in these. They're outlaw. So this is a stock Polaris. So it's the stock engine out of a bike or a 4-wheeler or something. That's the cheapest way you're going to go. You can build. You can put. There's guys that's got $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 in some of these engines. Doesn't mean it helps, of course, but it's just you can if you want. But there's just a lot more going on engine-wise than the Flat Karts, in my opinion. So there's still a lot of money in Flat Kart engines. Don't get me wrong, but as far as like rules, this class here, the class pretty much. The engine dictates kind of the class. The chassis are pretty similar in almost all the classes straight across. So the other thing to me, that this chassis, this style of kart is more of an asphalt style of racing. It's follow the leader. Almost every race that you go to, it's the groove's right around the bottom. So this is, to me, it's slick tire versus groove tire. So to me, this is more of a dirt style car. This is more of an asphalt style car. So in this, you can kind of go either way. I mean, it's still, you race on dirt. You can move to dirt cars, asphalt cars. So it's kind of a good starting point. This is definitely more dirt car. There's nothing asphalt about these. So the way you drive them, the way you cut and groove, prep your tires, it's a dirt car. And this is about as close as you're going to get a kart to a race car, in my opinion. They drive very similar to it. They're going to pitch you into the corner. You're not going to roll these into a corner. You don't have to worry about somebody running the back of you because they're going to wreck themselves. It's like a race car. These, you're going to roll them in. You're running the bottom. You're trying to hold the bottom. It's just a different style of racing. So it's a lot of the different, adjustments that we've had. The biggest thing for us here, you got a lot more aerodynamics going on in these as well. So you got to learn basically how to drive these. I come from modifieds, late models, so driving on dirt's not new to me. But if you haven't had that background or you just come straight from these, there's going to be a learning curve, I think, and just your driving style. You really, like I said, you're going to drive these sideways compared to these. Also, the aerodynamics, just learning where to put your wing and how that affects your handling makes a huge difference. But basically, the rest of it's the same. It's still a kart. There's no suspension on these. So you don't have to learn any shocks, springs. You just got your tire pressures, your caster camber. All that stuff kind of adjusts the same. It's very similar to these as far as chassis adjustment and everything like that. But they do drive different. They run a lot less cross in the Outlaw Karts than what these do. So that's just some of the differences that we've noticed in them. Another thing too is the safety. Seat belts, full containment seats, roll cage, none. So I feel safer in these. I like that, but I would not want to be going that fast in one of these without, belts and stuff. But you can get upside down on these and you can still continue finishing the race. You get upside down on one of these, a lot of times it's going to end your night. So that's a lot of the basic things that we've just noticed. I'm trying to think of anything else besides just the competition. When we moved up to these, we had to find a track. There was no local tracks running these. So going to Shawnee and some other places that have a lot of good outlaw karts. I want to race against the best out there. These, you can find these, most places are going to run these kind of karts. So just starting out, it's easy to kind of find a good feel of these karts. These, you might have to travel to find a good competitive field, but it just depends. I think it's growing again, so. But that's the other thing that we just kind of noticed, just finding tracks that actually run these and getting more than 10 or 15 of them out there at a time. So that's just some of the things that I've seen transferring from this style of kart to this, but I think you know which ones I like. But you can go either way, whatever one you like. So, but if you have any other things that you've noticed, just comment and let me know, or share some of your ideas or things that you've noticed. But I think you know what I like, so I'll see you next time.